તો મને આશા છે કે શ્રોતાઓ યાની કે પાર્ટિસિપન્ટ્સ અહીં બેઠા છે એ લોકો અને ખાસ કરીને મારા નવજવાન દોસ્તો માય યંગ ફ્રેન્ડ્સ કે એ લોકો ઇંગ્લિશમાંથી થોડી ઘણી ગુજરાતીમાં પણ આવી જશે. Thank you so much. I know that if I were to speak in Gujarati, Shafiq will understand, Chacha will understand, Razabai Kara will understand, a few more people, but I might lose some part of the audience, so I will continue in both languages, inshallah. I think my job has been made much easier. Shabir Bhai, thank you. I think that was a very appropriate introduction to the philosophy of Khoja spaces. And indeed, as Sister Sukaina said, quoting Hassan Bhai, that when there is one Khoja, he's a lonely individual. This is a paraphrase of the British. That the British, there are two British people, they build a club. If there are three, then they build an empire. This was the original quote, which was paraphrased, to say that when there is one Khoja, so I will extend this metaphor that when there is one Khoja, he is a lonely individual. And as she said, when there are two Khojas, then they form a Jamaat. And then when there are three Khojas, then they build an Imam Barga. And then there are four Khojas, then they build a federation. So we have one more step that I wanted to add to that. But truly, as Chacha said rightly, that these spaces for a people who had been displaced and found their roots in different places, the Imam Bargas that we have, આ ઇમારતો છે મોમિનીન એ આપણી કન્ટ્રી કે આપણો એક દેશ બની જાય છે. It becomes our place. It becomes a place where we can hang, as I say, our hat on. In the case of Khojas, and I was almost tempted to come dressed here with the typical Khoja dress of the pagdi that we have and the long coat. You will see that at the back to say how our forefathers used to dress. And as in commercial break, inshallah, after the Khoja Spaces exhibition, Hussein Bhai has promised that the next curating that he's going to start doing, Hussein Bhai Kara, is he here? Do I see him? Yeah. Oh, there he is, right there. Sorry. Budhapo I was Hussein Bhai, dekhatu nathi. We're going to, inshallah, curate what we call the Khoja Hall of Fame. And you'll see that at the back that we have curated some pictures. And that's, those are the personalities who actually make us who we are. And I'm told many times, and then I'll go straight into a few slides I want to share with you, because my co-director, Onali Moladina, has said, if you don't ask for money this time, then I'm going to see you in the after this meeting. So I'll have to ask you for money, forgive me. I said, I don't want to fundraise. I don't know how to fundraise. He said, but you're going to do it. And then I'm going to come and complete the job. So he's going to do it after me. Inshallah, many thanks. So, but really, when I look at the Khoja spaces or the Khoja documentary or the Strand of Mark, where there we have a unique collection of manuscripts dating back to 1800s. And they're digitized. The physical books are there. They're digitized. You have time, just peer through those. These are now available. So many times I'm asked that why are you on this Khoja bandwagon? શું કરે છે આ તું ખોજા 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 મહિનો છે સવાર સાંજ. આપણે તો શિયા થઈ જવું જોઈએ. This is what I am told. We must meld into the wider Shia community. So મારો જવાબ એ હોય છે કે પછી શિયા કમ્યુનિટી શા માટે ખાલી? આપણે મુસલમાન જ થઈ જાય. હવે ભાઈ મુસલમાન જ શા માટે? વાય જસ્ટ મુસ્લિમ્સ? હવે આપણે તો હ્યુમેનિટી આખી દુનિયા સાથે ઇન્સાનોમાં ભળી જાય. અરે ભાઈ ખાલી ઇન્સાન શા માટે? એને પછી એક રસ્તો આગળ જાય કે અલ્લાહની દરેક મખલુક છે, તો પછી આપણે મેંઢાની કીડી સાથે આપણે ક્રીચર્સ બની જઈએ. The idea is this, that it is not a matter of saying that we are better, superior, or that there is any ethnic or sectarian issue. Indeed, Mark has been established to enhance understanding amongst faiths. The idea of moving beyond the concept of tolerance to understanding. If I say I tolerate Shafiq, that's not a nice thing to say. In a multicultural, pluralistic society that we live, we need to enhance understanding more so than ever before in terms of Islamophobia that we are facing today. But that does not mean that we try to hide our identity. In America, they tried this experiment of the melting pot. It failed miserably. It's not a melting pot into the greater melting pot of the Shias. What we want to do is to preserve like a beautiful salad bowl. And I recommend as a nutritionist a salad bowl anytime instead of the melting saag that we have with a lot of ghee in it. We have a beautiful salad bowl. Each vegetable, each lettuce, each carrot retains its color, its flavor, its originality, and yet it becomes a beautiful meal, a smorgasbord of nutritious things. Cultures remaining who they are, celebrating the diversity that we have, is something that multicultural Canada is best at demonstrating. And we, south of the border, where I come from, need to learn a lot from the Canadian society. And by saying we are Khojas does not mean that we are saying anything negative about anybody else. Why are you calling this a Khoja mosque? Well, it was a mosque established by the Khoja. Everybody can pray. It is Allah's mosque. But when you say it's a Khoja mosque, it means that this is a place which was established, mostly frequented. What is wrong in saying this? Why do you want to be all so politically correct in every way? As Chacha said, that there is a transformation that needs both from the preachers and the audiences. And this is how we have developed as a community. And therefore, Mark feels that amongst other things that it has, that Mark has 3 strands of work. What you see here today is one of the strands of retaining, celebrating our identity. And when this happens, wonderful things happen. We have people who gather here. I was so delighted just to see the president of the largest Khoja Jamaat in the world, Jumaini Sahib. Are you here? Where is he? Did he leave? He had to leave early, perhaps. He came specially. All the way from Karachi, he was here. He joined us. What you see there is an old picture. And he said, I saw this picture when I was going to school. He's the president of a Jamaat in Karachi, 45,000 of the 150,000, which is a figure that we like to feel big, although we are usually the masters of the understatement, but the ochu karine boliya. We are probably anywhere between 110 and 150, but this is 45,000 people, that picture that you see at the bottom. And as we go through, we'll see this is from humble beginnings to here. But this is the strand of Mark. This is what you see. And then the next thing is that Mark talks in terms of this dissemination of knowledge of the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, in a unique way supplementing the activities of the Great Jamaat of Toronto here and elsewhere that we supplement through a library, through courses. If you come here, Momineen, any weekday during school year, you will find this space where you're sitting. There are little children sitting one-to-one with their teachers. And when I walked here last time I was here, and I walked through, you could see the smiles on the faces of little children as they're learning Quran. That is a unique experience for me. I don't know how about you. And when I looked at their smiling faces, I remembered my days when I was learning Quran and what I was going through. And my sister here, Zera, she's smiling. She knows exactly where I was going. And you don't need to tell anyone that. But they were actually happy and smiling. The teachers have been instructed by Sister Tahira Jessa, who leads the essay program ASAP does not mean as soon as possible. ASAP is our after-school, Al-Sadiq after-school program that we run here. Those are the kind of activities. In terms of dissemination of knowledge, the library is here. On a monthly basis, we have different activities. Sister Marzia Hassan does her specific workshops here. We have Sister Mubina Jafar who talks about the leadership and personal development. We have, taught Moms and Tots program and so many other programs that we do here on a day-to-day basis. So that's dissemination of Islamic information, nurturing tarbiyah. That is the other thing that Mark does. And thirdly, when you go upstairs, and if you haven't, please do visit. The idea is the interfaith activities so that we are able to put forth the teachings of our great faith and presenting our community for who we are to the wider public. This is so very necessary. So this is the kind of work that we do here at Mark. I will not labor on the exhibition because we will walk through it, inshallah, we will talk about it. I think the definitions have been done. Very quickly, just to say that these are the humble beginnings. There you see 1882 is the very first mosque. And yes, Yusuf Bhai Sivji, this is the Juni Masjid. The Quwwatul Islam Jamaat Mosque in Zanzibar, which was the very first Khoja Shia Ithnashri mosque ever built. The Mumbai mosque came later because there were political issues with our Ismaili cousins, as Chacha said. It was built later. This was 1882, I believe, which was the very first. You see the picture there. You see, these were the humble beginnings, and this is where we have been. You just see the Hamilton we've just opened. And here you will see, inshallah, this will soon open. A masterpiece has been created by our community in Orlando. So from those humble beginnings, this is where we are. This really tells the story of the exhibition that we have. So very quickly, I wanted to share with you the achievements of Mark over the years, and then just remind you that all these things do not happen without two things. One is the awesome team that Mark has been able to build. Onali Bhai will actually name. He will thank the person, so I'm going to yield my thanking time to him. But I cannot not mention today two people in particular. And one person has actually threatened me. He's threatened me to say, જો મારું નામ લીધું છે ને તો હું કોઈ દિવસ પાછો માર્કમાં નહીં આવું. બરાબર છે હુસેનભાઈ? એમ જ કીધું હતું ને તમને. Hussein Bhai Kara has been the architect and the visionary behind this exhibition that you saw. The amount of time that he put in terms of creating and curating this and framing this and printing this, almost single-handed, is a feat. હુસેનભાઈ આટલી બધી તાળીઓ પછી હવે તો આવશો ને પાછા માર્કમાં. This is a feat indeed. So we're thankful. And the next Khoja Hall of Fame, inshallah, will be under his supervision. The next person I also want to thank is Raza Bhai Kara. These two seniors of our community. Can I call you seniors? Is that okay? Because I call Chacha young men. So two more young men in our community who have come together and assisted Mark to be able to put this. And had it not been for the extraordinary efforts of Hasnain Karim, our media guru here, it would not have been possible to do all this that we do. And the voice that you heard there, everything that we do here in terms of media is done here, in-house. Where is Zara here? One of our staff members, Zara. Zara Jafar, where is she? Oh, there she is, right there. Please stand up. It was her voice that you saw. That was a voiceover that we have. We're building capacity. We're nurturing our young people to see that we are able to produce. Everything that we produce is produced in-house. So what we have is, and team members, please forgive me, Onibai will acknowledge everybody else, but without an awesome team, and Shabiribai, thank you for giving us the best Toronto volunteers that one can muster. We truly appreciate it. that without that team, it's not possible to do the work. And the second, which Oni is going to talk more about, Mominin, is funding. Without money, without vitamin M, not much can be done. All that you see here, Alhamdulillah, has been blessed by the philanthropists in our community. We have begun to generate revenue in different forms to ultimately make Mark self-sufficient in the days to come. But as we continue on this path, we need our patrons, we need people to support us. $5,000 a year is a patronship of Mark. Please, if you appreciate the work, consider becoming a patron of Mark with a commitment of 3 years that we can do some more work. And this is what we have been doing. If this technology is going to work for me. Okay, there we go. We had the Quran exhibition here. Some of you may have attended. We also had the Hajj exhibition, which was a journey of a lifetime. This was our second exhibition. We have an Islamic arts exhibition in the past. What you see upstairs is the Roots of Abraham exhibition, which is an interfaith exhibition. If you just look at the amount of detail that goes into each exhibition, if you walk into the door there, so I don't know if some people may have noticed that there was a rotting tree hung right up from the ceiling. It's not a rotting tree. It's actually a sculpture that was made to demonstrate that the roots of all the faiths are the same into monotheism, and the entire logo, the structure, so much detail goes into it. Our exhibition team, led by Salma, and others, Sister Nakia, Fatima Jesa, these are the people who conjure up these ideas. And then we have, people like Sister Shabneez and others who actually help us promote this. We all come together. And of course, our staff. But the Roots of Abraham. We had interfaith conferences. There you see, the person that you see is actually the Chief Justice of Ontario. And he stopped for almost minutes when he was looking at justice, the value of justice in the Quran, in the scriptures. And when I started talking to him, he was totally amazed to see the amount of emphasis that was given to the concept of Adala in the Shia faith. So this is the kind of work that is being done. Of course, where you're sitting, this is Khoja history. We've got 60 historical manuscripts which are now ready. This can be viewed online as well. We have published, the book was quoted, Mark has published this book, Endangered Species, and of course my pet project, the Khoja documentary, the 2-hour documentary, which has been viewed around the world. We have copies of those, I think at a special price, right, today, so you may want to get a copy of that. This is the next project that we're embarking on. Just like UNESCO does, we are putting plaques on historical Khoja